In 2008 market crash, DFN crashed from $18 all the way down to $6. So that was a massive drop. And then in 2009, by September, it went back to $11, but of course it didn't go back to where it was. And then since then, it's been hovering between 11, 12. You can see there to between 11 to $9. And then in 2008, in 2020, of course, that was COVID time. It did fall down to lowest $5, and then by 2021, it went back to where it was at $8. So that was the lowest 2 points in 2008, and 2009, and then 2020, just a few years back, 3 years ago. It went down to 450. So now, fast forward, today is at its lowest point. The market it did close at 342. That's the lowest point it's been in lifetime of this fund. So this is just an update on DFN. Of course, we know today fall about almost 4%. The within 52-week range is 342, which is the lowest, as I've mentioned, and to $8. So the trading today was between 3.42 cents to 350. We look at the volume, was almost 400, almost a 500,000. So it's a pretty big volume day. But we're going to look why this stock actually fall 4%. But when I look at other stocks that this fund is investing under, they didn't fall this much. So that's something that left me in a puzzle. But if we look at the stocks that the fund invests in, right? These are the funds I showed you on Friday when I made an update. There were massive sell-off on these stocks. But today there wasn't anything, but the only stock that went less than more than $1 was Suncor, and that's because of energy, of course. But we look at all the banks and everything else was just like a very mild fall. So it still puzzles me why this fund dropped this much. So this tells you with this much volume, it just tells there was a massive sell-off. That's what it is. This is different than Friday when I mentioned, because I showed you on Friday the stocks that this fund invests on. There were massive sell-off, and that's why Crash's fund went down massively on Friday. But today is just a follow-up on that. But today was just more people actually selling this fund itself. You can see there's, if we look at the day, you can see how we start from there. There was a massive sell-off and people trying to buy. But there were more buyers, there were more sellers than buyers, and of course that's why it closed at 242. But with that price, the dividend, of course, is going up massively. Right now, it's going to be almost about 34%. When we look at the valuation, as I've mentioned the other day, of course, DFN they're pretty bad when it comes to updating their website. Last time they updated was on October 13, and today we're on October 23. So I can't really tell you the actual NAV, which this will determine the actually valuation of this stock, this fund, and that's what pisses me off. Actually, it's something that I don't like about their fund. They don't update as much as often, which, because if they update, we know the NAV, we can at least know what value of this fund. So what should you do now? According to analysis, it seems that there are massive selling of people are still panicking and selling this. So I wouldn't just jump into buying this for now, because on Wednesday, we're going to have Bank of Canada here. You can see Bank of Canada on Wednesday is going to give their take on interest rate. So it's expected they're going to hold. So the Bank of Canada will leave interest rate on hold on Wednesday, as the economy stall analysis said. Though many see central bank warning the future hikes are still possible. So they might indicate future hikes, and that will actually not be a good news for the stocks that DFN is investing under, because most of those stocks, as you know, they are, they have bunch of debt. For example, BCE, Enbridge, all these stocks, most of them, they have massive debt, and of course banks as well. So, and that's why it affects this particular fund. So I'll wait till Wednesday and see what Bank of Canada says, and what even if they hold the interest rate steady, but they might indicate that they're gonna be increased in the future, right? Right now we are standing at 5%. So if they increase that to, in the future, let's say December to 6 or 5.5, that will crash most of these stocks. So wait, if I were you, I'll wait and see what the Bank of Canada will announce, and we'll see the move from there. But all in all, this fund right now looks, it looks attractive to kind of, maybe if you, dip in, if you got a little bit of money to put in, but I wouldn't go crazy on this. So that's all. I just wanted to give you an update on DFN and what made this crash happen today. And that's all for today. If it's your first time, just make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the updates on a daily basis. Thank you very much for watching. Till meet again next time. Bye bye.